Graduate school is one of the most intense, rewarding, and challenging phases of your academic journey. But let me tell you something that nobody warns you about. It's not your advisor. It's not the lab equipment. It's not even your thesis. It's perfectionism. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Not Yet Growth. With 2 doctorates and a career in the corporate world, I'm here to share what I've experienced. Based on real-life experiences, this channel shares practical tips and inspiration to help you thrive in academic life, build resilience, grow personally and professionally, and achieve financial well-being. Today's video reveals how perfectionism is secretly sabotaging your progress in grad school and shows you how to break free and become truly productive. And if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or constantly chasing an unreachable standard, this video is definitely for you. Why perfectionism is so severe in graduate school. So why? Well, it starts with the environment. In grad school, your work is often high stakes. You're handling sensitive experiments, complex simulations, and research that may impact your future or even the field itself. You might feel pressure from lab mates, professors, and even yourself to get everything just right. If this data point is wrong, we have to start over. I need to impress my supervisor. I'm not good enough, so I'll just keep editing this paper until it's flawless. Sound familiar? This mindset, while understandable, is exactly what creates a perfectionism trap, and once you're in that loop, it's hard to escape. Graduate students often don't realize how many hours are being spent fixing things that didn't need fixing. What starts as a desire to do well can spiral into a habit that holds you back instead of pushing you forward. The hidden cost of perfectionism. Let's be clear, perfectionism is not the same as high standards. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to produce quality work. But here's the catch. In real life, we face constraints. Mental energy, physical stamina. In an ideal world, sure, we could perfect every sentence of a paper. But in the real world, you have deadlines, you have committee meetings, you have life. If you keep revising that abstract over and over, you might miss the bigger picture. You might even delay graduation. I've seen it happen. I know students who took 8 years to finish their PhD, not because they weren't capable, but because they were chasing perfection. And at what cost? Sleepless nights, burnout, missed social connections. Small, constant anxiety. Your energy isn't infinite. If you pour everything into one task, there's little left for your health, relationships, or even your other responsibilities. And over time, the emotional cost adds up. You start to feel stuck. You question your abilities. You lose joy in the work you once loved. What drives this need to be perfect? Let's pause for a moment. Where does perfectionism even come from? Sometimes the roots go all the way back to childhood, growing up with high expectations, needing to be the good student, or always being praised for performance. But in grad school, that tendency is amplified, the stakes are higher, the expectations are bigger. And if you're in a highly technical or experimental field, the demand for accuracy becomes overwhelming. A single mistake could cost weeks of work. So we begin to associate value with flawlessness. Add in a dose of imposter syndrome, and suddenly we're trying to prove our worth through perfect papers, perfect data, perfect everything. But here's the truth. You're already enough. You don't need to burn yourself out to prove anything. Trying to validate your worth through perfection leads to a never-ending chase. But confidence isn't built by being flawless. It's built by showing up, even when things are messy. Why being productive beats being perfect? Let me ask you this. Would you rather have a perfect paragraph or a finished paper that gets published? In real life, productivity wins over perfection every single time. Because here's the deal. You don't just have one task. You've got multiple responsibilities every week. Research, coursework, TA duties, personal life. If you spend all week perfecting one thing, you're sacrificing everything else. Your family. Worry, your relationships. Your health. Productivity is about being realistic. It's about getting things done well enough and then moving on. And let's be honest, no paper is ever truly perfect. Even published researchers find flaws in their own work years later. The goal isn't to be flawless. The goal is to make progress. Progress builds momentum, and momentum builds success. How to cope with perfectionism and stay productive. So how do you deal with perfectionism without letting your standards drop? Let me give you 3 simple strategies you can start using today. Tip number 1, set firm deadlines. Okay, decide ahead of time. By Friday, this draft is done. When you set a clear time limit, it forces you to finish instead of endlessly tweaking. Use timers, reminders, or accountability partners to lock it in. Done is better than perfect. Setting deadlines also helps you build momentum and avoid the trap of paralysis by analysis. It teaches you to trust your work and keep moving forward. Tip number 2, stop trying to impress. Ask yourself, are you doing this to share knowledge or to earn praise? The truth is, chasing compliments or approval drains your energy, and even when you get validation, it doesn't last. Your time and energy are too precious to waste on polishing something just for praise. Focus on what matters, finishing the task, moving forward, and growing. This is DIP. Identify your triggers. What pushes you into perfectionist mode? Is it fear of failure? Fear of criticism? Once you know the trigger, you can work around it. Automate what you can. Simplify your process. Take control. For example, if your perfectionism kicks in when running simulations, create templates and checks to reduce emotional load. Let systems help you stay on track. Design smarter systems so you don't burn out trying to power through. Once you identify the pattern, it becomes much easier to catch yourself and adjust before falling into the same loop again. Final thoughts: progress over perfection. Perfectionism feels noble, but it's often a disguise for fear. Fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. But the truth is this: you are not your paper. You are not your presentation. You are not your simulation results. You are more than the sum of your achievements. In grad school and in life, progress always beats perfection. Show up, do your best, and move forward. That's how you grow. That's how you thrive. Let go of the illusion that you have to get everything right all the time. Life isn't a flawless masterpiece. It's a work in progress. Every step you take, even if imperfect, builds momentum. And momentum is what creates success, not flawless execution. Start valuing progress over perfection. Finish your projects. Prioritize your mental and physical health. Be present with your people. The more you let go of impossible standards, the more freedom and clarity you'll gain. Your worth isn't measured by how polished your work is, but by your growth, your effort, and your ability to keep moving forward. And most importantly, take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more grad school motivation, and drop a comment below. What's one thing you'll stop perfecting this week? Until next time, keep going and keep growing.